Hello and welcome back to another episode of Two Peas in a Podcast. I'm Sean, and this is my co-host COVID.
How you doing?
And today we are going to be talking about the new Captain America movie, Brave New World.
Not the book, Brave New World.
Yeah, not that.
By Aldous Huxley. The movie, Captain America, Brave New World.
Yes, which we just now got out of the theater for. Like, we literally left the theater like 20 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, we literally just got back.
Yeah. So we have not spoken to each other about it. Not really. We haven't gone in depth.
No, we haven't spoken to each other, period, because we don't like... No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we actually don't like each other. That's the secret of what makes this podcast work.
Plot twist.
Yeah, so we're going to go through what we thought of the movie, our overall review. We're going to talk about some theories about, like, what certain things meant, what certain characters are going to do, and where they're going. And, yeah, we're just going to have a jolly good time. And since it's been out for a while, we are going to just talk straight spoilers.
Jolly, jolly.
Like, probably the whole time. So the spoiler warning is right now. If you haven't seen the movie, click off and come listen to it after you've seen it. Or if you don't plan on watching it, or if you don't care, you can keep listening.
Because if you want to see it and you get spoiled, you're just stupid.
Yeah. I would say go see it.
No, I'm just kidding. You're not stupid. We love you, all your fans.
I would say go see it, especially if you are a Marvel fan. But, yeah, do you want to start with just giving our score out of 10?
Yeah, sure.
I actually need to think about it.
I do too. I would honestly give it maybe like I think I would have to give it at least a 5.5 or a 6.
Wow, you're that low on it. I was thinking more 7.5 or an 8. I really enjoyed this.
I enjoyed it too, but I can see what people didn't like about it too.
Yeah, I kind of can.
I feel like it was a little rushed.
Yeah.
Especially at the beginning.
Yeah, some of the reshoots you can tell.
Yeah.
They're reshoots.
The beginning of the movie felt like, I feel like 15 minutes of the movie should have been more like 45. Like, I feel like they really got it off the ground too fast.
Okay. All right. I can kind of see that.
And then throughout, there were points where it was like, there were points that were made and then they just like left it open. And I'm just like,
yeah.
Okay.
I'll ask you this because our good friend Brian, shout out to Brian, he said that he saw it before we did, but he compared this movie to Eternals.
Really?
How do you feel about that?
Well, considering it's not really a sequel to Eternals, but it's a semi-sequel, but it's also not a sequel at all.
Yeah, it's like a side quest.
I don't know. I think I like this better than Eternals.
Yeah, when he told me that, he was like, oh, it's similar to Eternals. I actually was like, oh, I liked Eternals. I'm one of the few that actually enjoyed that movie.
I liked Eternals, but I think
they're two very different.
This was better than Eternals in some ways, but Eternals was better than this in some ways.
Yeah, I think it's a good equal comparison, but I do think, I don't know. I feel like if I were to compare
I think I would
movie,
give Eternals the same score, like a 6.
Like a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would give Eternals like a 7.
In
7
retrospect,
out of 10.
yeah.
I actually do really like Eternals.
I think they both are good at certain things and not good with others.
Yeah.
But whatever one is not good with something, the other is good with it.
Yes.
So it's kind of like they kind of work together. I guess. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, I know what you're trying to say. Yeah, no, I actually had a lot of fun with this movie. I think the only reason I'm giving it probably like a 7 is because of some of the editing is a little rough.
Yeah.
Again, you can tell what was reshot.
Yeah.
Some of the CGI is not too good. I will say, though, the CGI on Red Hulk is pretty good. He looks good.
Yeah. I will say before we continue that I said this in the theater after we were done. I said I kind of compared this to Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, with Tobey.
Not No Way Home, like
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3, because there were multiple villains. You know, one of them I felt was very underutilized.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It felt very similar to Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Spider-Man 3 is very fun, but there's a lot going on, and some stuff doesn't go anywhere. That's
what this movie is. Yeah.
But again, Spider-Man 3 is near and dear to my heart and yours. I mean, it's a cult classic now. People love it.
I will say the same thing about Brave New World though. Like Brave New World is not a terrible movie at all. It's not even a bad movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah, and honestly, I know it's technically Captain America 4. But because Steve's not, I kind of just see this as its own new trilogy.
I don't know why they. Well, I know why they consider it Captain America 4, but to me, it's basically the start of the Sam Wilson trilogy.
Yeah, which I'm down for.
Yeah,
I think
I am,
and
too.
That's another thing I want to get into. Anthony Mackie. This is like his first really big budget starring role movie.
He doesn't get a lot of lead roles.
Yeah, and this is his first big one. And I think he can carry a movie.
Oh, I do too.
He carries the movie. Obviously, some of the side characters, like Harrison Ford, obviously, we already know he's great. I also do like there's a scene where they show Ross in the White House, and there's a bunch of pictures of him and like his daughter Betty, and everything. The one photo is like a de-aged Harrison Ford with a mustache because they have to make you remember that this is.
But I like, you know what I kind of like too. They kind of made it look both like Harrison Ford and William Hurt.
Yeah, but
Did you notice that?
Yeah, but I'm sorry. But whenever I see a young Harrison Ford, all I think is Han Solo. Like in my head when they showed that picture frame in the movie, I was like, wait, what is Harrison Ford doing with Liv Tyler?
Did you know about the picture of Sam and Bucky?
Yeah, that's actually a red carpet photo.
It's a red carpet photo that they just altered.
Which I think it's fine. I think that works.
Oh yeah, it worked. I just thought it's funny.
They did the same thing in Endgame with Tony's picture of him and Peter holding the degree.
That
right. That wasn't ever in a movie. They used that for promotion for Far From Home or Homecoming or something like that. So they do it pretty often, and I think it's fine. It works for me. Then speaking of Bucky, he makes a cameo.
Bucky does make a cameo.
And I'm not gonna lie,
because you can't have a Captain America movie without Bucky.
Yeah, and it's a great scene. I think that scene might be my second favorite scene in the movie.
Yeah.
I teared up.
I got a little emotional too. I was like, damn, there he is.
Yeah, I got a little watery-eyed.
I did get a little emotional for the other cameo too. A little more than the Bucky one. The Betty cameo.
Nah, fuck that bitch. This movie made me hate her.
Well, she wasn't in it.
Yeah, they hammed up that she was coming back to play Betty, and she's literally only in 1 2-second scene, and then they cut away from her.
I don't know why I got emotional for it. Maybe because he was like finally like seeing her again after like.
Yeah, I mean it did kind of make me feel okay. I don't hate you that much, but I still hate you.
Could it have been a better scene? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it should have been a longer scene and a drawn out scene. But yeah, she was a good sight to see. It kind of just sucks that it was at the very end of the movie. It's literally the last scene. Joaquin Torres, what's his name?
Danny
Ramirez. He's great. I love him in this. I think he was in Top Gun Maverick?
He was in Top Gun
But I didn't see that movie. But apparently he was pretty good in that.
He was in Top Gun Maverick. Yeah. With you know who else was in that? Was Monica Barbera that played Joan Baez in Complete
really?
Unknown. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Wow.
And of course, Glenn Powell.
Yeah, Penn Glowell.
The guy, Glenn Powell.
The guy that looks like a human capybara.
Yeah, the capybara himself, Glenn Powell.
Yeah.
Shout out to Glenn Powell, everybody.
Yeah, shout out. But yeah, I think the cast in this movie is great. The acting is pretty good. The writing in this movie is okay. It's good.
Yeah, there were a few kind of weird.
It's not Age of Ultron or Winter Soldier level dialogue, script wise, but I think the acting is pretty similar to Age of Ultron and Winter Soldier. Everyone knows what they're doing.
Yeah,
like it's not like somebody showed up. Like Harrison Ford, he showed up pretty late in the game. Like obviously because he's replacing William Hurt, but I think he does a great job of pushing that performance.
I think he nailed Ross.
Yeah, he nailed it. He nailed all the nuances of it. He did the emotional stuff. And yeah, so the CGI again we've talked about is pretty.
Yeah.
Now,
I want to talk about Sidewinder for a minute.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So Giancarlo Esposito plays Sidewinder in this movie, the leader of the Serpent Society. Now, originally, the Serpent Society was supposed to have a bigger role in this movie. But I guess after the rewrites, after the reshoots, they just wiped the rest of the team out entirely.
Yeah.
Sidewinder doesn't really do a whole lot in this, but I realize now that he's still around.
Yeah, he's still out there.
So it's possible that they could make a Serpent Society Cap movie like they had planned before.
Yeah, they can still do it.
They can still do that down the road, and they might do it.
Honestly, though, I think what Marvel needs to start doing is something that they have only done once, and they did it with Infinity War. We need movies about villains.
Yeah.
Because Infinity War was about Thanos. That was Thanos' movie, right? And it just had all the other heroes in it. They haven't done that again. And Thanos, while he's a great character and you can make a movie with him, I want to see more stuff focusing on only villains. Like, I want to see a TV show, a Disney Plus show about villains. Like, I think the Serpent Society would be a great TV show.
Oh God!
Like them coming up, and like you can have the cameos, like in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which we haven't seen.
And maybe they will.
But
maybe they'll turn Serpent Society into a show, because it was supposed to be the movie, I believe.
Yeah.
And then they
you could even do it where
redid it.
The Serpent Society could be in Born Again season 2.
Could be.
It could be Daredevil and maybe the Defenders, maybe if they ham that up. And they take on the Serpent Society. Like, the Serpent Society could stay that ground level workshop. Because maybe the Serpent Society, since Tim Blake Nelson's leader is in the Raft, maybe the Serpent Society could turn to Kingpin and start working for him.
Oh, yeah.
And that would make Daredevil a part of it, which would bring in the Defenders and Spider-Man if you want, and all of that. And I think that would be pretty good.
Do you think they would make Sidewinder a villain again and make him the leader of the team?
Well, I think if Sidewinder was a character that was only for this movie, they wouldn't have cast such a big name like Giancarlo Esposito.
That's very true, yeah.
So I think he kind of has to come back,
especially when he was casted and everybody was wondering who he was playing.
Yeah. So no, but he's a good character. I like. He actually is in one of my favorite fight scenes, which is him in the junkyard trying to kill Sam. That's a really good fight scene, and I think that scene, because Anthony Mackie and Giancarlo are such good actors, that scene actually made me like, wow, this movie's actually getting good, because the acting is just, everyone's at 11 in those scenes. And then they cut, and then Giancarlo Esposito doesn't really show up again after that. But
that's another reason why I think it's like Spider-Man 3, because there were three villains in this.
Yes.
Sidewinder to me is like the what did I say? He was like the he was like the Venom of the movie.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm trying to maybe start to think that he might be more like Harry. Because Sidewinder, while he doesn't eventually switch to the good side...
You know what? He is more like Harry, because Harry didn't really become... Like, Harry really wasn't a big villain until near the final act of the movie. Whereas Sidewinder was during, like, the first act, and then by the final act, he was kind of just this guy.
Again, though, he's one of those characters that you could play off where he would do anything for anyone as long as he gets away scot-free.
Yeah. And that's why I feel like he's not done in the
He's
MCU
the Starscream of this movie. He jumps sides because it helps him live and get what he wants.
But I do feel like it's not the end for his character just yet.
I think he'll come back. I don't know if he'll come back in another movie, but I think they should move him to somewhere like a show or something. I think they definitely need to come back.
And they probably will. I think that could be their plan for all we know.
Another villain, Samuel Stearns, is back. Tim Blake Nelson from The Incredible Hulk. How do you feel about him?
You
want to start with his design? Because a lot of people are complaining.
A lot of people are complaining about that. I didn't really mind it too much.
I don't mind it.
I kind of like the difference, because I've noticed that they've done this a lot in the MCU, is they've made it more realistic looking.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, if you tried to adapt his large head from the comics in the movie, it would kind of look a little corny.
Look at MODOK.
Exactly.
Quantumania.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
It just looks weird.
So the fact that they just made it look like that makes it make a little bit more... It still isn't realistic, but it looks more realistic.
Yeah.
Than having his head be like 10 feet tall.
Yeah, that's true.
As far as Tim Blake Nelson's performance, I can't see him as a villain character.
I know, it's weird.
So like to hear him being like, it's like,
I will say I do like that he is still like, he's this super intelligent character, right?
Yes,
like he is actually pretty decently smart, but I like that he still does have those weird like outbursts that he did in Incredible Hulk. Like
Yeah.
in Incredible Hulk, he would like stammer and he would stutter and he would
Yeah.
be clumsy. He still does kind of have that. Like when he gets off the phone with Ross,
Yeah.
when Ross is on the boat and he's trying to make Red Hulk come out, which we'll talk about. And he comes off the phone and Samuel Stearns just starts screaming because he's like his plan's not going the way he wants.
Yeah.
That kind of was like, oh, okay, so he is still the same nerdy guy from the original.
I am happy that they brought him back for this, though.
Yeah, I think it was definitely nice to do that.
It was nice to see him again after 10, like 17, 16, 17 years.
Yeah,
since
almost
the Incredible
2
Hulk
decades.
came out.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, he's a good character. But see, the way that he's played in this movie is how I want Doom to be. I want Doom to be that intelligent, just kind of stays out of the fight, but is also in the middle of it at the same time, and just moving the strings of everybody else, making things go his way. But I want him to succeed.
Yes.
Like Samuel Stearns in
That's
this movie
what we
doesn't
need.
really succeed, but he also does.
We need that in Doom.
It gives me the same vibes as Baron Zemo.
Yes. You know, I'm kind of surprised. Or no, well, actually, never mind.
He's kind of... what happened to him, actually, at the end?
He's still around.
He's still out there. I don't know. Also, another thing they didn't do with Leader, which I thought they were maybe going to do, or they were going to do it with Sidewinder, they were going to make either Leader or Sidewinder the Power Brokers person. Remember at the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier where... what's her name? Emily Van Camp. Who'd she play? Agent 13?
Agent 13.
When she's on the phone talking to the person and she's like, yep.
Sharon Carter.
Yeah, Sharon Carter. When she's like, yeah, your plan succeeded. I was hoping they were going to announce who that was in this movie, and they didn't. But it could still be the Leader or
I feel
Sidewinder.
See, I feel like, I don't know, because they still haven't resolved the whole thing with that cliffhanger of her being the Power Broker. So maybe we'll get that?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll get more answers of that. And we talked about the Bucky cameo. He's great. Love Bucky always. He made me cry. Talking about Steve. And I just love their connection, Sam and Bucky.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the same as it was in the show. They're just joking, but they're
Joking
still there
around.
for each other.
Horsing around.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. I was like, my eyes were wet when Bucky came on and he was talking about Steve and stuff. But no tears came out of my face until he walked away from Sam and said, I love you, pal.
Oh, that
And
was
one
great.
single tear rolled down my cheek, and I was like, fucking shit. I was trying not to cry.
No, I could have only imagined sitting there in the theater and seeing that scene and then hearing you go
Yeah.
next to me.
Doing one of those. Another time I teared up was when Bradley got out of prison and Cap hugged him.
Oh, yeah.
That made me happy. I was like, oh, good for you, Bradley. You came out.
Yeah.
Speaking of Isaiah Bradley,
Isaiah Bradley.
great. Great character.
Oh, I love Isaiah Bradley.
I love Isaiah Bradley.
I loved him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I loved him in this.
He's like a nice little grizzly bear.
Yes.
He's nice. And I like that he actually got to do some action and stuff.
Right.
You can tell during the scene where he's running away from the White House that they had the actor run, right? But you can tell that they sped it up to make him move faster.
Oh, yeah.
Because
the way he was running was like an old man run.
Yeah, which, I mean, he is an old man, both in the movie and as an actor, but you can tell that they were like, yeah, he's not moving fast enough. We got to speed this up just like
What happened to his grandson?
I was about to say that. That's what I had not written, but that's what I wanted to mention to you.
Where did he go? Is he just at home?
I guess so. But his grandson in the comics becomes Patriot.
That's right.
And I was really hoping they were going to set that up in this, and Patriot's going to be something we're talking about at the end of this episode. But, yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get mentioned even. Like, even when Isaiah Bradley got captured and put in prison, I'm surprised Isaiah didn't look at Sam and be like, make sure my grandson's fine. Or, like, say him by name. Like, I don't remember his name. But be like, just make sure he's good, you know? Also, we didn't see Sam's sister.
No.
I thought we were going to see that.
No, because I think that was all, they were all down in the bayou.
Yeah, they're all down there and stuff, and this movie's bigger than that.
Yeah, like they showed them in the show, but
yeah,
really
I at least thought
that
that Sam would call her for advice, like he did in the show. Like, be like, hey, I think this might be a bit, like, a lot for me. I don't know how to do it. And she would, like, coach him to it.
Now, one thing, too, I find funny is, this movie is kind of a hybrid sequel. Because, obviously, it's not, well, it's a semi-sequel to Civil War because it's Captain America 4. but it's also not a sequel to Civil War.
Yeah.
It's a semi-sequel to The Incredible Hulk, but it's also not a sequel to The Incredible Hulk because the Hulk is not in this.
And we didn't get a Bruce Banner cameo.
Bruce Banner is not in this.
Again, I thought he was gonna call Bruce up to be like, "Yo, how do I handle Red Hulk?"
It's also
like,
also a semi-sequel to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but it also really isn't a sequel to that either.
Yep.
Because Bucky is barely in it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not Falcon. He's Captain America throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Falcon is in it, but it's Torres now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a semi-sequel to about 3 different things. But
and
it's
Eternals.
also...
and
Eternals.
Yeah, because of the...
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's also not, because the Eternals aren't in it.
Yeah.
So, like, they took a bunch of elements from past TV and past movies and just kind of put them together and made it a Captain America movie, which I do like. Yeah. And I do like the way they made it like a espionage thriller type of movie.
Yeah, one of the concerns I heard about this movie is that it's trying to be a mixture between it's got like the action of the Incredible Hulk, but it's got the story of Winter Soldier, and I don't really see that. I can maybe see the Winter Soldier argument, but like if you're gonna copy something, at least you're copying something that's fantastic. Like
Say that again.
Fantastic. No. Damn, I almost said fantastic because you threw me off. Winter Soldier is a lot of people's favorite MCU movie, and I don't complain about it. It's I think it's in my top 5.
It's in my top 5.
That's another episode we're gonna do later down the line as a top 10 Marvel movie thing. Yeah. But we're gonna do that. That might be an end of the year thing.
We're gonna do it in the future.
We'll probably do that right before Doomsday comes out.
We could do it at the end of the year after we get these other 2 movies out this year.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Because we still got 2 movies left.
Yes. But yeah, but where were we? We were talking about just how it's a sequel to a subsequent sequel to that. But you don't. I mean, you feel it. Like I will say, this is a movie that you do kind of have to do your homework for. It's one of those Marvel movies. Yeah. Like Thunderbolts, I don't know if that's really going to be a homework doing movie.
I'm not sure.
But
actually,
this movie, I think you definitely do need to watch the show Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
You do have to definitely watch the show.
You have to watch.
You don't have to watch any of the. You don't have to watch the other Cap movies. You should probably watch Incredible Hulk.
Yes, Incredible Hulk is a must.
Incredible Hulk, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, maybe Eternals.
Maybe Civil War. I don't know about.
No,
Eternals.
You don't need to watch Civil War. I don't think.
Because Eternals, they kind of. That whole movie doesn't do anything for this movie other than the rise of Tiamat, which you can just watch the final scene of the movie, the final fight in Eternals, and then.
So Falcon and the Winter Soldier and the Incredible Hulk are definite must-watches before this movie.
Civil War would be a good one just to know about the Accords.
Yeah.
Which apparently are not around anymore.
But see, then if you want to add Civil War to it, then you got to add the other movies that establish Civil War as well.
Yeah, I guess that would throw Age of Ultron in there because that starts.
Yeah, so you're throwing like a bunch of movies in.
Yeah, but either way, you do have to do homework for this one.
Yeah.
Which for us it's not bad, but for the casual viewer, I think that's why the reviews are so low.
Yeah, you can't get a casual viewer in this movie.
Yeah, and I think that's why the critics didn't like it that much. And again, some of the pacing in the first act is a little rough. The editing can be a lot. In the first act as well. I think the first act of this movie is kind of slow going.
It's kind of the weakest.
But once you get into it, you like after the first 30, 40 minutes, you kind of just are in it. You're there. You're going. You know what's going on now. You're getting in it. You're moving. You're rolling around. But yeah, the first act of this is pretty rough to get through. Speaking of the Celestial Tiamat, this movie introduces adamantium.
Yes, they find adamantium on Tiamat.
Yes.
They call it Celestial Island now.
Yes. And my theory was right. I don't know if you remember it, but I said that Cap's suit is going to break in this one, and he's going to get a new adamantium suit.
That's right. You did say that.
Red Hulk is the only character so far that we've seen, other than Thanos, who can destroy vibranium.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot that the suit's made of vibranium.
Because Red Hulk. Now, I will say this: in the theater we were watching it, there was a guy.
I was wondering why they were kind of putting a lot of emphasis on the purple wings.
Yeah.
I remember. Now I understand.
In the final
why.
scene, plus it also, I guess technically you have to watch Black Panther then to understand how the suit works. But so Falcon's wings at the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier was gifted to him by the Wakandans. So his wings have that same technology where they can absorb kinetic energy, and then that can be displaced out, right? At the end of the movie, when Red Hulk and Falcon fight, Falcon's wings are purple the whole time because they've absorbed the energy from the Red Hulk. And there was a guy in the theater who said, why doesn't he just, do the thing, expel that energy? But at the end of the movie, they explain why he waited, because Sam doesn't have the super soldier serum. He's a normal guy.
He's a normal guy.
That much kinetic energy pushing you would almost kill you, and it does almost kill him.
It does almost
Sam
kill him.
gets destroyed.
Yeah.
So the first punch that Red Hulk throws, it disrupts that kinetic energy, and it's so much energy that Sam can't use that ability unless it's a do-or-die situation, which he does eventually do that. But it also shows us that Hulks are so powerful that they can just rip vibranium. They can disrupt the kinetic energy of it. And it just goes to show that Cap really does put up a fight against Hulk, like in the Avengers movie, the first Avengers. Like, a Hulk punching the vibranium shield is dangerous.
Yeah.
Because it could wobble. It could, the structural integrity of that material would get compromised.
So now we just be ready for the adamantium suit that he may or may not get.
Which then would lead us to Wolverine.
Yes.
Because Wolverine could be out there. The X-Men could still be out there. But Wolverine in this stage would have his bone skeleton.
Yeah.
And then the adamantium thing would come in and he would get the metal skeleton.
I mean, there is a Wolverine. Oh, no, that's in the Deadpool universe. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was going to say there is one running around somewhere.
Yeah. But so adamantium is introduced. They don't really do anything with it other than, all the countries want to get it.
They're just prepping us for the future.
Yes,
this whole thing.
They're really just setting us up.
Them introducing adamantium is a big thing for for the future of the MCU after Secret Wars ends. Maybe even before.
Yeah, because they explain in this movie, and they show it on screen, and they hold it for a while, and Harrison Ford's Ross says it out loud, that adamantium is more indestructible than vibranium. They make that very clear.
They make it very clear.
So they want you to know, while vibranium is very strong, this material is leaps and bounds more. And in the comics, Cap's shield is a mix of vibranium and adamantium.
Leaps and bounds and bounds and leaps.
That Pixar short, Boundin'? Bound. That's actually a really good short. I do like that. Naked Sheep.
Leaps and bounds, bounds and leaps.
Boy Captain America over here.
Boy Captain America over here.
Yeah, so adamantium's introduced. Joaquin Torres is now Falcon, officially.
Yes, he's now Falcon.
He's good. I like him.
What do you do?
I like his spunk.
I liked him in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Actually, Allie got kind of, she, grabbed my arm when he got hit by the missile and fell in the ocean. She, grabbed my arm. And I'm like, wow, she cares about this new Falcon.
Yeah.
But I think it's only because he can speak Spanish. Which I like that, too. Captain America in this movie speaks several languages.
Yeah.
I think he speaks Spanish, and then he speaks Japanese at some point.
Which also brings me to a thing about... So his scene with Bucky, he really was like... I should have taken the serum.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Such a good scene.
I think Steve made a mistake. And then Bucky, really reassures him. Because obviously we all know, Steve didn't pick Sam because of his strength. Mm-hmm. He picked him because...
Of the type of man
he is. Which is what Captain America's supposed to be. That's who Steve was, and that's... who Sam is. That's who John Walker wasn't.
Not a good soldier, but a good man.
Exactly. I still love that line.
That's a great line.
And that's why Sam is perfect for being Captain America now.
Oh, yeah.
That's why Bucky wasn't picked.
Yeah, and Bucky's okay with that
And
now.
Bucky's fine with it because he understands that.
He gets it, yeah.
He gets that.
God, that actually just reminded me of that scene in the show where she's speaking the trigger words to Bucky, and he's just not working, and he's crying.
Yeah.
Oh man! If you haven't seen the Falcon and the Winter Soldier
that's right.
show,
When they finally got the brainwashing
4,
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show, at least watch the episode 4 because that shit is fucking
that's right. I remember
that. Might be the most emotional scene in Marvel.
I remember that when they were doing that, saying the trigger words, and it wasn't working on him, and he was just so emotional because he's like, "It's gone. Dude, it's out of me."
Because when that show came out, we watched it weekly together. But over PlayStation party call. Yeah. I remember we had to pause it to recuperate because that shit was intense.
Yeah, that was intense.
Man,
I remember that.
Bucky's been through so much, man.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that scene again.
Dude, it's
just
so
that scene.
I know, it's so fucking good.
Sebastian Stan should have won an award for that.
Oh,
But that also proved his acting chops, because now we have
yeah.
Oscar nominee Sebastian Stan.
Yes, sir. Yes. Oh. Yeah, so Joaquin Torres is Falcon, and he's good. I like him. He's a nice sidekick. He's another one of those, like, actors that's new to this, and he's young. He's kind of like Iman Vellani and Tom Holland, where they know what's going on, but they also don't, but they're just having fun.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And I like those characters. I think they work for these side characters, especially leading into something else I want to talk about, the Young Avengers. Is Joaquin going to be part of the Young Avengers? Because in this movie, they kind of say that he's going to be an Avenger.
I'll be honest, I think he's just going to be part of the new Avengers, like Avengers 2.0. I think the Young Avengers are reserved for, like, the teenagers. Because from what I assume, Joaquin Torres is somewhere in his early 30s.
Yeah, he's young, but he's not, like, young enough.
So if he's an Avenger, he's in the new Avengers. He's in Avengers 2.0.
Yes.
The Young Avengers is all going to be the younger people,
Yep. Wait. Hold on. Wait. So that's going to bring me to my two questions. Which I guess we're just going to get into that now. So there's going to be two teams, right, that I'm going to ask you about. I want you to build the Young Avengers that you want or that you think we're going to get, and then I want you to build the new Avengers, like Avengers team that you want or think we're going to get. So the Young Avengers team is easy to pick, right? Is obviously going to be Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel, yes,
right?
for sure.
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop. Yes, that's who I was thinking of.
Yeah, Kate Bishop. Ironheart.
Ironheart, yep.
Ironheart is
which
there.
we'll learn more about her when the show comes out, which I actually...
Does that come out this year?
It does come out this year, yes.
Yeah, Miss Marvel, Kate Bishop, Ironheart, Cassie Lang.
Cassie Lang, yes.
Who I actually forgot about because they recasted her and I'm still mad about it.
Wiccan.
Wiccan, yeah. I actually forgot about him too, surprisingly.
Scar. Hulk's son, you think? No, maybe not.
I honestly think they're going to forget that happened.
I think they are.
Because that did not go well.
You know what? I think you're right.
Well, but I'll put him down just because he is a character that exists and he probably will show up. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 already.
That's 6, yeah.
And there's probably more that we're forgetting. Young Avengers team.
Oh, who else did we get?
Because I remember we said Kid Loki, but he's gone.
We got other young people, didn't we?
I mean, Spider-Man, but I think he's an Avenger. Right? He would be an Avenger.
But
would
Peter?
he want to be? Who's Peter?
They don't oh, yeah, Spider-Man, that's right.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. But
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
No,
right?
I was thinking of another guy named Peter. I don't know.
Oh, Peter Quill.
Yeah, Peter Quill.
Because he's on Earth.
He's on Earth, yeah.
He's part of the Avengers.
Yes.
Peter, Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord will be a part of the new Avengers.
Spider-Man. I don't know. Do you think Spider-Man would be part of the Avengers?
I feel like Spider-Man would be the Nick Fury / Captain America of the Young Avengers.
Because I mean, we don't even know who Spider-Man is under the mask. So
and
like,
we still don't know if we're going to get Miles.
Yeah.
If they introduce Miles at some point, then Miles will be part of the Young Avengers while Spider-Man is part of the Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wonder if we will see who's under the mask because we know everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, it could. I mean, Spider-Man could be like a 40-year-old dude.
Yeah.
For all we know.
It's gonna be Jake Johnson. No, but okay. So I think this team for now, though: Miss Marvel, Kate Bishop, Ironheart, Cassie Lang, Wiccan, and Scar.
I put a question mark next to Scar. Though.
Yeah, Scar's iffy. I really.
You
don't know
basically have your Iron Man, you have your Hawkeye, you have your supernatural.
Yeah, you have your Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch. You have your Ant-Man. You have your.
I guess would she be Captain Marvel? I mean, she's not that powerful though.
Miss Marvel could be like a smaller equivalent of Captain Marvel.
I guess would she be the Black Widow?
No, that would be. I feel like Cassie Lang would be more in that role.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
Scar is your Hulk.
So who do you think would be the leader of this team? Kate.
Probably Kate.
Probably Kate.
Either Kate or Miss Marvel, but I feel like Kate would be more of a leader than
Yeah, than Miss Marvel.
Than Miss Marvel.
Although Miss Marvel does she's the fangirl.
Although Ironheart could be too because she's also kind of intense. Well, she could be Ironheart.
She's the battle strategist.
For
sure.
Yeah, she would. Ironheart would be the Tony Stark of the Young Avengers.
Yeah, for sure. She would
minus
the
money, minus the billionaire part, and maybe the Playboy part.
Honestly, Cassie Lang could be the if we're kicking Scar out, Cassie Lang could be the Bruce Banner.
That's true because she can
get large, and she has issues because she's a hormonal teenager. Yeah. Okay, so that's our Young Avengers team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now the Avengers.
I'm calling them New Avengers.
Yeah, New Avengers. So Captain America.
So you have you got Cap, which is Sam.
Yeah, Sam. You got Falcon, which is Joaquin.
Falcon.
And who else, Josh? Because this is a question that was posed to me.
You have Spider-Man.
Yeah, whoever that is.
Whoever's
under there. Probably
some schmuck.
So Coach Chris asked me this question when I went to go see him. And he made a good point. There's not really anyone left. Because you could say Thor, but he's off-world doing things
I
with
think
the father.
as far as the new
Hulk's out.
As far as the New Avengers goes, I think the remaining 3 of the original that are still around, which are Clint, Hawkeye, Hulk, and Thor, they'll fight alongside them, but they won't be considered Avengers.
Yeah, they won't be in the team. They'll help when they're called up.
I think their Avengers days are behind them.
Yeah. So the New Avengers will be Captain America, Falcon, Spider-Man.
Ant-Man. Maybe.
I think he's more...
What about Shang-Chi?
There you go. Shang-Chi. Okay. We're getting there. Shang-Chi. And I just had someone in my head that I can't remember, but give me a second. Fuck, I just had them.
Was it She-Hulk?
No. Well, I mean, she could, though.
Maybe.
Would she want to do it?
Who were you thinking of?
I know. I'm trying to remember who I had in my head. Fuck. Who was it?
Is it somebody we know?
Yeah, it's someone we've got. Oh, no. Patriot. But he would be the Young Avengers. If they want to go that route.
Yeah.
So Patriot, I think, would take over Scar's spot.
Yeah.
Because I really don't think they're going to do anything with Scar.
Because Patriot can be more of a cap. No, well, we already... no, we don't have a Captain America there.
Yeah, so he would be the cap.
Yeah.
So he might be the leader.
Could be.
Because his father's Isaiah, who knows the actual Cap.
Yeah.
Who's an Avenger.
So you have... For the New Avengers, you have Cap, you have Falcon, you have Spider-Man, you have Shang-Chi.
I guess we could show...
Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Doctor Strange?
But at the end of his movie, though, he went to do multiversal stuff.
That doesn't mean he's not part of the Avengers, though.
Yeah.
He might come back and be like, there's a multiverse threat, and then help bring the Avengers together with Cap. I feel like Doctor Strange would be the new Tony Stark in the New Avengers. Because he would help Sam bring the New Avengers together.
Maybe not Doctor Strange, maybe Wong.
Wong could be there. I think Wong would be helping alongside. I don't think Wong would want to be an Avenger. Madison, on the other hand.
Madison. Hey,
Madison with a Y.
There you go.
And it's not where you think it is.
Yeah. She was mentioned in the What If Season 3.
Was she really?
Yeah, apparently. At the end, because I never finished it, at the end, Uatu gets taken by the other Watchers.
Oh, shit.
Because he intervenes. And the other Watchers are like, they actually mentioned, they're like, Reed Richards, Captain Carter, Madison with a Y. Why are all these people so important that you have to intervene? And I'm like, really, Madison? You have to throw her in there? I feel like she's got to come back then, right? If they mention her as Season 3 of What If.
People want her to come back.
I think it would be fun.
It would be.
It would be kind of fun.
But I feel like Thor, Hulk, Clint, and Wong would be alongside the team, but not actually members of the team.
So then you think Strange would be...
Strange, yeah. I think what's going to happen is Strange is going to come back from his supposed multiverse journey with Clea. And he's like, there's a multiversal threat. We need to get a team together. And he will team up with Sam
to
build the new Avengers.
With Sam and Falcon.
Yeah, and he'll build the new Avengers.
Yeah, so he'll call on Spider-Man.
Now Spider-Man might not come in until later because, again...
They don't know how to find him. So
I mean, he's a mystery, yeah. And Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Now, what about Captain Marvel? You think she's too busy with otherworldly things to be a part of the Avengers?
I honestly hope she is, because I don't want her anywhere near this.
I really don't either, to be honest.
I can't stand her.
I can't say Monica Rambeau because she's not even here.
Yeah,
she's
she ain't here
another
anymore.
Universe.
but we'll count Monica. I'll say Monica could be the Avenger because she could come back, right? Monica, she'll come back as Faye. What did she eventually?
Photon.
Photon? Is that the name she picked?
Photon.
I think she did because I think that was her mom's.
Photon.
Name. Yeah, Photon.
Proton.
And honestly, with Doctor Strange, Shang-Chi, Monica, and Spider-Man on the team, they're kind of set. They don't really need any other heavy hitters.
Yeah.
If you want to throw She-Hulk in there just to have her, you can.
Yeah, I feel like She-Hulk would kind of be there.
Yeah. But, like, that's a strong team. If Wanda is still alive, she'll be back. But we don't know if she's alive yet.
Yeah, we don't know that. You're right.
Yeah. So I think the Avengers could.
But we already know
it.
Cap, Falcon will definitely be there.
Yeah.
But I just feel like Strange is going to come back, know about the threat, and he's going to help build the Avengers.
Yeah. Now, I'll say this, though. Whatever team of Avengers they get, they're losing to the X-Men.
Oh, God, yeah.
Even just Cyclops could wipe out whatever Avengers team they take.
Oh, God, yeah.
Cyclops is fucking... Man, his battle IQ is crazy.
There's no school like the old school.
Yeah, man. Dude, honestly, Cyclops and Beast alone could take on the OG6.
Oh, God, yeah.
Tony, Steve, Bruce, and
Tony,
Thor,
Steve, Bruce, and Thor.
Natasha and
Clint. Damn,
that original 6 is wiped by Cyclops and Beast alone.
I like how we just called them by their first names instead of their hero names.
Well, because we can't say Cap anymore.
True.
We can't say Falcon.
Falcon.
And then, I mean, Iron Man. He is Iron Man, so yeah.
And, like, you can't even really put anybody else from, like, other... Like, you can't put any Fantastic Four in here.
No, because they're their own team.
They're their own team. You can't put any X-Men in here.
Now, if you throw the Fantastic Four that team up with the Avengers, then the X-Men have a bit of a fight.
Yeah.
But I still think Cyclops, Beast, and then throw in Wolverine. I won't even put in a heavy hitter, Nightcrawler. I think he could easily wipe all 6 and the Thing. And
Charles
the
Xavier.
Four. Dude, yeah, Charles.
Yeah, I know.
Charles could wipe anybody at any time. He could erase them from existence if he wanted to.
Yes.
I don't know. Whatever team they get, I'm sure it'll be ass. So a couple of other things I want to talk about with this movie. So Red Hulk, right? He's pretty cool. I mean, he's in it for 5 minutes, but his scene is nice.
But it was cool, though.
I have a theory. Red Hulk is going to be the World War Hulk of this universe.
Yes.
I think. Cause,
they could get Bruce involved, too, but...
Because according to the end credit scene of this, which we'll talk about soon, Leader is in the raft with Ross.
Yes.
And it could be the Batman situation where Riddler and Joker meet, and Leader is gonna ham up. He's gonna make Red Hulk come out again, and they'll escape. So whatever other villains are in the raft are gonna be the evil Avengers, the Dark Avengers.
We technically don't know who else is in the raft.
Yeah. And so far it's Red Hulk and Leader, and they already don't like each other, and the Leader knows how to get to Ross. So I think Ross could become the World War Hulk in the later movies, or at least Red Hulk will escape and Bruce will then have to get super raged.
Either way, Bruce is going to be involved.
Yeah. I think Bruce is going to get super enraged to take down Red Hulk, but he won't be able to come back from it, and then he'll be Red War Hulk or World War Hulk.
Yeah.
But I think Red Hulk will have something to do with World War Hulk later down the line.
Yeah.
This is after Doomsday.
Yeah.
After Doomsday, this is way late.
This is for the distant future.
Yeah. Another thing I was thinking, now that Ross stepped down as president, who will be the president? I have a theory. Well, I don't think it's going to happen because the way Sam was talking about it, he doesn't want to do it. But in the comics, Cap has been president.
Oh.
What if Sam ran for office and we got President Cap?
Because
then...
President Bucky.
Dude, no. Because think about it. Look, Bucky would be the Secretary of State or whatever he's doing. Cap, Sam, would be president. And Fisk would be mayor. That would be fucking intense. The board meetings on that? Come on.
He'd be mayor of what?
New York.
Oh.
It's the mayor of Manhattan, bro.
Yeah, but they're in Washington.
So? President of the United States. And New York is where the Avengers are from.
United States? No, United States.
I don't know. It was just something I was thinking
No,
about at the end
I
there.
do get what you're saying.
Because I think it would have been cool if Sam went to Ross in the raft and was like, "Look, man, you stepped down, but I'll have you know I'm running for."
If
office."
Sam became president, I wouldn't be mad about it.
No, I wouldn't be mad about it either. Also, I think it would be crazy another black president in the MCU. Because if they're going the racial route with the show and this movie, like a black Captain America, you can't be serious.
Like that Celebrity Jeopardy SNL sketch where they had the category. And finally, current black president.
Current black president. Yeah, I don't know. I think a president cap would be cool. And I think they should do it in this universe.
They might.
Especially if they're gonna make Fisk mayor. I think the street level villain Kingpin as mayor with some sort of Captain America in some sort of office to combat that, I think the conversations would be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Because they both have totally opposing sides, but for the same goal. Because Fisk is for the people, just in a very harsh, street-level, violent way.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I think is why he's going to win the election, or why he does win the election. Because they're like, oh, he's from our level. He understands it. He's from it. His past is fucked. So let's, he understands us. Last thing. When you see this movie, stay till the very end. Very, very end of the credits.
Yes.
The end credit scene sets up Doomsday.
It basically does. Yeah.
Leader knows about incursions.
Well, he's that smart.
I mean, yeah. I didn't think he was that smart, but he told us straight out. He was like, I've seen it. If you save this world, what if another world comes in and you have to save both? How do you do that? I was like, Leader knows about incursions?
Apparently.
Who is he, Reed?
He's pretty smart, so they're pretty close.
Dude, if Leader is that smart to figure out incursions, they need to really make Reed a fucking genius. Because Reed's supposed to be the most intelligent mind.
Yeah, he's the smartest man alive.
Yeah. But if Leader already knows about incursions, and technically Strange knows about them, but that's because he was told about them.
Yeah, Strange didn't know about him until he was told.
By Reed.
By Reed.
And the Illuminati. So, how smart's Reed gonna be?
What's going on here?
Reed's gonna have to be Reed is gonna have to be able to look you in your pupil and know what your blood type is. That's how smart he's gonna have to be.
O negative.
I actually don't know.
Oh.
No, but Isaiah Bradley's blood type is O positive. I know that for a fact because it was on his card.
Oh, I thought it was B positive.
No.
Black positive.
A positive. A, America.
Black
Fight
positive.
the power. No.
Black negative.
Black. Mr. Negative? We still need him. Steven Yeun, please. Call Marvel.
Well, considering he didn't play
Sentry.
He didn't play Sentry.
He didn't want to play Sentry because he's like, no, I want to be Mr. Negative. Get someone else to be your Sentry.
Then what
bitch.
happened to Mrs. Negative?
And then he walked out and did Invincible Season 3.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, so incursions are coming. They're setting it up hard.
Setting it up.
Yeah, they're setting up incursions hard.
Y'all ready to see some serious incursions?
Now, do you think what other movies we have? Thunderbolts and
Thunderbolts and First Steps.
And First Steps. First Steps has to be incursion based.
Oh, it's gonna be.
Has to be.
I can already. You know it is.
Yeah, has to be. Thunderbolts might not, but I think
Thunderbolts is just gonna
I don't know what Thunderbolts is gonna be, but we'll save that.
It's
for
gonna be
another
a
podcast.
movie. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, we're gonna have an episode talking about our theories for Thunderbolts.
That's next
Later.
week.
No, that's not next week. Next week we're gonna talk about Doomsday predictions.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But in April, right? Because Thunderbolts comes out in May.
Yes.
So in April, before the movie comes out, there will be an episode talking about our theories for how Thunderbolts will go. Because by that time we'll have as much info about it as possible without seeing it. I will also say our scheduling is going to be switching a little bit, not for you guys, but for us recording. So based on Josh's job, his scheduling is flipping. So we're going to be at least a week and a half or 2 weeks behind every movie release.
We're probably gonna be like where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Which I think we are a week behind usually.
Yeah.
Right now.
But I only say that because if your schedule wasn't changing, we would have been
on time.
Like 3 days after movie release, a review would come out.
Yeah.
So we would have been right on top of it. But sadly, we're gonna still be a little bit behind. But we hope you guys still pay attention to it because we are going to be reviewing all
Yeah,
of
I'm
it.
sure you guys are used to this by now.
Yeah.
So I mean, just bear with us. We'll
It's tough for us, though. We got to avoid spoilers for that long.
yeah, it's
I was-
hard.
I
This
was
movie
almost
this movie
spoiled.
came out on Friday, or no, this came out
Like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago when we just saw it.
Yeah. So
This came out on the 14th, and it's what's today, the 23rd.
Yeah, 23rd. So we are very, very behind. But again, we are getting reviews out as quickly as we can. Just
It
bear
is
with
kind of nice
us.
because now we're not going a day of release, and it's not crowded.
Yeah, that's true. Although our theater today was half
It was
full.
the top row where we usually sit was filled.
It was pretty full for it being out
Yeah.
for 2 weeks already. So the box office is still going,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yes.
But yeah, don't listen to the critics for this movie. It's good.
Yeah.
If you like Marvel, you'll like this.
Yeah, you'll like it. It's far from the worst thing Marvel has made.
Yeah, listen to the audience scores with this one because the audience likes it and they're right. You know,
Yes.
Don't listen to these rage baiters or these
Don't
people
listen.
that are asking for hate.
Don't listen to these poopy heads.
Yeah, spell it for me.
You're a poopy head. POOPYHED.
How dare you? Now I know what you're saying because you spelled it letter for letter.
I am smart. SMRT.
SMRT. Yeah, I mean, is there anything else you want to talk about for this movie?
I'm set.
Yeah, I think we did.
Solid 6.
Yeah, I think I'm at a 7.5.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I know you said 7 earlier.
yeah. I think Eternals would be a 7. This is a 7.5. I like this a little
I think
more.
Eternals would be like a 5.5.
Yeah.
It's
No,
a-
you.
Yeah.
I'm way.
Or-
I know I'm higher on Eternals than most people.
Yes.
But
In
I like it.
retrospect, now is where I can put it around here.
Yeah.
When I first saw it, I was like, "Yo, it's a solid 8."
Yeah. But it's a good movie. Go watch it, and let us know what you think about it
Yeah, tell us.
because we want to know.
Did you like it? Did you not like it?
Did you?
Were you grossed out by the leader's head?
I was honestly. I was kind
Were
of.
you?
When it first showed up, I was kind of like, ugh.
I wasn't too grossed out, and I looked over at you and I went, "Ooh."
Yeah, I do look worse than the leader. No, the leader first showed up, and I was like, ugh, who put you on the planet?
Who put you on the planet?
Ugh. Yeah.
Who put you on
so-
the planet?
Tune in next week where we're going to be talking about Doomsday predictions.
Doomsday.
And Secret Wars. We're going to try to get as many predictions out, and we're going to be discussing what we want to see, what we could see, any loose ends that Marvel has left that we want tied up for Doomsday. They did start filming in London, soon.
Yeah, they went to London.
London.
Ludendorff.
Yeah, they're in London. Chris Hemsworth was seen. Tom Holland apparently. Oh no, he's in Morocco
Yeah, he's filming the Odyssey.
doing the Odyssey. There was some other Marvel actor that landed in London to film Doomsday, but yeah. So tune in next week for that. Other than that, you can find Hongy Corporation or email us at thehongycorporation@gmail.com. That's THEFONGY corporation@gmail.com.
Email us.
And we've got some good stuff coming.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
All right, guys, we'll see you
Later.
See ya.